Welcome to this new mod map tour on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. Welcome to Greenwich Valley. This has been an eagerly anticipated map on the forums, and subscribers and various different people have been talking about this for a while. It's been out on PC for a little while. This is new to console today. This is by GreenBale. First off, thank you for converting it over to console. I suppose I should be saying that a lot more on map tours, map reviews, because without modders that take the time to do that, we wouldn't have fantastic maps. So, I'm on New Farmer at the moment. On New Farmer, we have used 546 out of 1299 slots, giving us 753 to play with. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you have only used 400 out of 1299, giving you 899 to play with. So a few options available there. What we're going to do is have a look on the main map. Now, when you start the game, you start up here on the main road. There are 4 towns on this map. A couple of forests, there are 7 sale points, 125 fields I think it is. Now this has had an update on PC, although it's new for us. It does say redesigned cow, sheep and storage yards, added season support, fixed gates for competitive farming, sellable house and grain silo, new redesigned wind turbines, and another one, my phone's just turned off, wonderful, and added a second BGA, biogas plant. As far as it goes to the biogas plant, we have got one at the top here, and there's one at the bottom down here. You do have to buy them. The biogas plant at the bottom is, hang on, 211,000 to buy. The one at the top is 128, was it? Oh, 136. So you do have to buy them. They're not hugely expensive, but they're fairly, I guess is the best way of putting it. Field prices are pretty good. On New Farmer, you start off with this farm here, and it has your silo in it. Field 33, field 32. Your animal farms are kind of scattered around the place. You've got the cow one over here, sheep one here, a few sale points knocking about. We've got a couple of storage yards with buildings, and then we've got our pigs over here and horses down the bottom. So everything is spread out. This is a fairly tight map with regards to fences, hedges. Roads are quite narrow and tight. The hedges don't have collisions. The fence posts do, but the gaps between don't. This isn't going to be a map for huge machinery. This is a completely fictitious map as well. This is made up. This is not based on a real place, even though some of the names you might recognise from various different places, possibly around the UK. So what I'm going to do is, from where we start here, I'm going to jump to the yard. We'll have a look at the vehicles we start with, and then we'll do our kind of whiz round. Field prices are pretty good. The smaller the field, the cheaper they are. I mean, that's kind of how it works. Field 57 down the bottom there is only 29,000. Field 101, which is slightly larger, 170 grand. Field 115, 367. It's a much larger one. Some of them are in clumps. I'm trying to find the ones that were in. Found a few that all kind of came together. There's 2 there together. There are a few like that kind of come in clumps around your various different animals. Where's the cow one? Up there you get field 22 and 24 when you buy the cow bit, and then with the sheep you get 35 and 36. So some are on their own, some come in clumps, but prices aren't horrendous. It does give you the ability to kind of buy up bits. However, some sections of these you won't be able to plough them out to make big fields because there are fences and stuff in between. So that's something to just bear in mind. Contracts are available, like so. So I'm going to go from here. I'm already looking across the countryside. It's an incredibly picturesque looking map. It has lovely undulations, nice sweeping countryside. Like I always say when I do these, this is my personal opinion going around this, how I feel about it. Gives you a chance to have a look and see what you think about it. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone likes English maps. Not everyone likes these, fences, hedges, that kind of thing. But we'll go around, we'll have a look and see what we think. So, as I said, we've moved over to the farm area we start with on new farmer. Fields 33 and 32 are either side of us. That's north, and this is our farm silo. And most of our vehicles and machinery, if not all of them, are here at this farm. And we've got a few bits and bobs. We've got a front loader. We've got the Metris, is it? The Deltis. Sprayer. We've got a New Holland T6, I think it was, or was it T5? T5, of course it was. I'll get it wrong. But what I do like, barns and buildings, nicely labelled. Sell points, really nicely labelled. We've got lights on the outside here. Do the outside. So I'll put the light on there, on the outside of the building. We also have lights on the insides as well. Again, all very nicely labelled. So you can have them, independent of each other if you want to. And there's no shortage of barn space and building space, which is really cool. The yards aren't huge. So, like I say, big machinery you may struggle to move around. We do have a workshop here at this farm you start with on Farm Manager. And then we've got a TX32 tucked around the back. So, as far as farm machinery we start with, we've got the T5 we've just seen. There is a 7230 Pro. The TX32, there is a pickup. We've got a couple of trailers, Agroline and a Stroutman. The header, we do have a Vegelstad Rapid A600S, so a 6 metre. That's not too bad to be starting off with. Sprayer, front loader attachment. We saw those just a minute ago. Header trailer. We do have the farm silo and the farmhouse, both of which can be sold, which I believe on the original version you weren't able to sell. So that's been changed as part of the update. So what we'll do, I'm just looking across, so it looks nice. There are a lot of gates. Again, this is one of those things I know when I've done map tours before, I do get comments, people saying that they don't like lots of gates to have to open and close. There are quite a few on this one. Actually, I'm just thinking, where was the rest of the equipment? It might be in this one, actually. It would be the one I didn't open. I'm pretty sure it's all the back of this one. There we go, look. Don't mind doing that. So there were lights. I just said there were lights. There we go. So the rest of the equipment is all tucked away. Very nice and neatly in here. We do start with some seed and stuff, which is very kind of them. And then our farmhouse is just out here with our pickup truck in the yard. Now, one thing I will say, I have noticed that, a quick whiz round to have a look. All the sell points and the silos are raised slightly, and some of them have got very sharp or steep angled entrance and exit bits. There's a bit of a kind of bump up onto those. You'll see that as we go around. Here's our farmhouse. Now, something I will mention as well while we're on this. There are lights in here, just there. There we go. For some reason, I don't know why this has been happening, the Farming Simulator website Modhub, when new mods have been coming out, the mods have been showing, but new maps recently haven't been showing on the Farming Simulator website Modhub. So on any given day, if you're like me, you generally kind of check that regularly. You might want to then jump onto your console and check in the Mods Hub there as well, because what I'm finding is maps aren't showing on the website. So it was only because I went actually into the Mod Hub on my console that I realised this was actually out. Had I done what I normally done and just looked for mods, I wouldn't have even realised. Sleeping through the night, the trigger is just here over by the light switch. So this is your sleep through the night point on the farm. Yeah, so I just thought that's worth pointing out as well. This map is out, it is on console. I'm not playing on PC. I know sometimes people say, oh, it's not out, I can't see it. Anyway, into the pickup. We are going to head east now, out onto the main road, and we're going to do a clockwise route around the map. Like I say, just to give you a kind of a bit of a feel where the sell points are. Some bits I will skip because there was quite a bit of drive in between, but I will show you where we are when we get there. Like I say, there are quite a few gates, but the countryside is fantastic. It's a lovely map, really well made. So we're going to head north up to the first little town, village. But it is nicely sweeping. There's a lot of, ups and downs, and it's not too steep, it's not too over the top. I like this. We'll slow down a little bit. There we go. So we're coming into Whitney. Fuel station on the left hand side. There are little houses. I love the fact. We'll have a look in a little bit as well, but for sale signs and to let signs, and it is really nicely done. Green's Butchers just there. Barbershop, Spur, Megabytes. I love that takeaway. They're like to let signs, for sale signs. There are a lot of for sale signs. I'm wondering why people are selling up and moving away. It's a bit worrying, isn't it? So we are in the northwest. Did I say the eastern side of the map? No, so we're going north. No. Yeah, we are in the northwest corner of the map now. So if I swing around into here, the first of the sale points we're going to come to is Whitney Grain, which is just tucked away up in the back corner here. A lot of these yards are tight. Again, articulated lorries, things like that, we may struggle. And this is what I was saying about the bumps. They're quite steep up and down off these triggers. It's just something I'm just pointing out. It's obvious, it's there. If you go around and have a look around the maps yourself, you're going to see that. Next door we've got the Sawmill. And then we've also got the biogas plant, or one of the biogas plants. Sawmill is just here. Like I say, everything is really nicely labelled. You can't miss it. You sometimes find on maps as you go around, the sale point is shown on the map, but then when you actually come to find it, it can be quite difficult. Sawmills are fairly obvious because you can tell by the buildings themselves, but lumber sale point just there, wood chip sale point round the back, just there. Take a left straight off here, we come around to the biogas plant. Again, it's fairly small, there's only one bunker silo. There's your bunker silo. I did wonder whether there was supposed to be two in here, maybe. Don't know. So there's your digester for your sell point, and that's your digestate tank, your byproduct, so that's where you'll collect that from. I apologise if I'm trying to rattle through because there's quite. It seems like a very big map. There's a lot to get round and see. All this, all the signage. It's incredibly well done. It's a very, considering it's a fictitious map, it's made up. It has a very real feel to it. So next turn the left, we are going to chuck a left and head towards. I think it's Strayed. I think it's. The road sign will probably tell us anyway. Yep, Strayed on the B45. National speed limit. We're going to come up a hill past one of the forests, the northern forest. Again, they're not too expensive, 300,000 for the forest, 249, something like that. We are going to come up through the trees, a little bit of shadow as we come up the hill. I like the fact the hedges are interspersed with fences and there's little sections of fence. It's not all just kind of plonked down hedges. Sweeping up across to the east now on the northern part of the map. And I will see you over towards Strayed in a moment. The other thing I do like as well is little farmhouses and houses dotted around. So we come to the roundabout just by Strayed. We're going to go straight across here. Into Strayed itself, like that. Farming Simulator Mod Contest 2019. And we've got a diversion as well. There's little details like that, just kind of adds a real immersive feel to a map. So I'll follow the diversion round, because we're going to another sell point. Or actually buy point. Buy point, not sell point. Through this little housing estate. Yeah, the more I see, the more concerned I am. Why are all these people leaving the area? Follow diversion now, and we come to RK Blair Farm Suppliers. Now this is a lime buy point just here. I think one of the other biogas plants has got a lime buy point as well. That's just there. So this is RK Blair Farm Suppliers. Now what I need to check, I think I'm going to go left then right. I was going to go the other way. I'm just worried I don't want to miss the cow farm, which I might well do. If we go right now, we're heading down the eastern side of the map. We may need to cut across. I'm just thinking actually we might bypass behind the back of the cow farm, which I think is over that way somewhere. I only had a very quick whiz around the map. I'm just trying to remember. Actually, no, we can turn right up this little lane here. Nice. Okay, we can. We'll get it all in. If we turn right just here. It's a little bit bumpy. Coming to the back of the cow farm. So open the gate there. Again, more buildings, plenty of storage space, barns, shelters, all with lights inside and out. We go across here. The cows were updated, I think, and the sheep were, but these are all custom animal sell points. The animal sell points aren't The animal points aren't sellable, was what I was going to say. There's your slurry point just there. We do have lights inside and out on here as well. Just give those a bit of a click on and off. Feed trough down the side and hay trough, straw trough. Buy, sell, load and unload for your cows is just here. These containers, and there are, I think there are each of the animal points. These are water points and the water is free. If we jump into the actual field itself, the water trough is just here. They've got plenty of room for moving about, which is very nice. And then your milk collection point is tucked around. I'm just jumping over these. It's just tucked around here. Another gate that we can open. This is the milking parlour dairy section of the cow farm. So that's the cow farm portion. Like I say again, it's not a massive yard, there's not a huge amount of room. Now, if you're coming from this side, this is the other main road. When we went across at the roundabout up at Strayed, if we'd have turned right and come down the hill, this will bring you down to here. What we'll do, let's just open the map. And I'll show you where we are. We went up to Whitney, we came across past the forest and into Strayed. We've come down this back route here and into the cow farm here. Or we could have come down this main road here. So what I think we're going to do now is actually we'll come out of the cow farm this way and we'll come down this main road, because the next of our sell points are here. We're going to whiz up to the sheep and we shall continue our journey around. So let's go and grab the pickup. It does have a bit of a feel of Oakfield to it, a little bit of Westbridge Hills, the West Coast. I'm getting a little bit of that kind of vibe from it. Which is no bad thing, I'll be totally honest with you. Gardens are really picturesque, flowers and swing sets, and oh, it's nice. Nicely laid out. So, down the hill to next to the sell points. I will see you there in a moment. So as we've come down the hill, we've done Whitney, we've done Strayed, we're now coming to Ballygreen. Again, loads and loads of detail. On our right hand side we've got Greenwich Mill sell point, just here. We can swing round, the actual sell point is just here again, quite a steep, look, quite a bit of a bump up there. Back out of there. Round the roundabout. I'm going to turn right just here as we go through. Again, the detail in here. It feels like driving through a little country village, little town in the UK. Yeah, anywhere, it could be the UK, Ireland, you know, all over the place. But lovely, lovely feel to it. Out the other side, and we will come up on. I think this is the barn, if I remember correctly. This is the barn sell point. Again, not a huge amount of room to get in and out, but it's nicely labelled. There you go. Bale sell point, just there. What we're going to do is head along and up, and we'll do the sheep now, because I think the sheep is pretty much in the middle, and if we go around and do our clockwise route round, we're going to kind of miss it. So what we'll do, there's a little turn-in, a little track that runs up and brings you into the back of the sheep farm, so we'll do that. I think it's the next turn-in. Just looking at the little sat map in the bottom right-hand corner. So, head up here. Again, quite another one of these little bumpy tracks, little puddles all over the place. I like the fact they're not just all straight, you've got a little bit of winds and twists and turns. And then another gate. To the sheep just here. What I will do is stop there, and we'll skip over the fence like so. There are roads and all different access points into a lot of these now. If you come up the road and come in this way, there's another gate here, and your little house, more barn space with lights. And then we come around the back here, some kind of storage, and then just over here we have got our buy, sell, load and unload point for our sheep is just there. Water point, again, free water just there. Our wool pallet spawn point is just there. And inside we've got our feed and our water troughs actually inside the enclosure itself. Now as far as I know, you have to buy these, I think you have to buy these to operate them. I mean, I think... Okay, you can probably buy something. Let's have a look. Let's buy a white sheep. Confirm. Just let me put one in there. I don't technically own the land yet, so potentially... But anyway, there's a sheep in there, so maybe that's a sheep farm. Again, a fairly small yard, quite narrow. Narrow, tight. That's probably the best word. Not narrow. We'll back out. We'll go back down to Ballygreen. I will see you there in a moment. And we shall continue on. As I'm going around this, I'm thinking, what area, what part do I pick for my thumbnail? It's just very nice kind of all around it, so it's going to be quite tricky to find. Anyway, see you in a moment. So, back into Ballygreen. The way we turned a minute ago, we'll go to the side here and head through, because there's a fuel station and egg sell point, I think it is. We'll come to in a moment. Just on the right hand side here, got the fuel station, petrol station, and just there to our right is the egg sell point. What I'm going to do very quickly, I'm going to whiz straight across at this roundabout. I should be heading that way, but I want to show you something. Because we've got these, there's a couple of storage areas, 2 or 3 I think around the map, which are just that. I mean, you could place your farm there if you wanted to. Got to make sure I don't overshoot the turning though. It's only a little bit further up here. Again, it's another one of these little tracks. I think it's just before the trees here. Oh, maybe not, just after. There we go. Lights on, turning here. Right, let's open that. Just going to show you on the map where we are. So we've come down through Ballygreen. The eggs and fuel station, eggs Ballygreen is there. And when we get to the roundabout, I was going to come round this way, which we'll come back to in a minute. What I have done is gone along here, and we're going to go down this little track here to the storage point just there, just to show you, another part of the map. Then we'll head along, we'll do the other sale points down there, round towards the bottom. But I say it on every time I do a map tour, is that a lot of these maps you can't show everything, and get on, have a search, have a play around, have a look for stuff. There are some great details, things like this, that if you didn't come over there to this storage point you'd never find. Just just have a wander. So tucked away here, we just got a little storage area. Some barn space, kind of part of the silo type things. It's not a huge amount of room, but if you're going to put some machinery and vehicles maybe over this side of the map to do whatever you're going to do, you absolutely can. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to head back out onto that main road. I'll see you over there in a minute and I'll show you where I am when I get there. So I'm on that road I was just showing you a minute ago. We're going to do a fork back on ourselves because we're going to head to the next sell point and also the store. So what I'm going to do is just turn down here. Did I say Turbine Drain and Greenwich, New Holland, that's the dealership. Just turn down here and then there's a turning on the left here. Little speed bumps. Cool. So, Turbine Drain is just here, which is another one of the sell points. Tucked around the back. Just there. And then the actual store, which we're going to go to in just a second, is just round here. Now, if you do need to reset anything, I always say this, if you roll something over, get it in a ditch, stuck in a tree, in a river, something like that, and you need to reset a vehicle, the reset point is here, back at the main store. So you've got your sell point, repair point, configure point just there, your purchase point just over here, and this is where your vehicle's reset to on this hard standing area here. But one thing I did think, this is quite a narrow exit, so again, bigger machinery, you're going to struggle a bit here I think. I mean, with a little bit of backwards and forwards you might be able to make the turn, but it's tight, it's fairly tight. So I know I've mentioned it already, but I don't know if you're going to get away with big machinery, not too big anyway. So that's Turbine Drains and the store. Back out onto the main road and then it'll be a first left, I think it's the horses then. I've already missed it, have I? Nope, just here. It's really difficult when you have a quick whiz round a map before you do the tour, and it is literally just a boom, you know, a quick spin round, then trying to remember where everything was as you go around. It's one of those things, if you then do a let's play on a map, within a very short space of time you become so familiar to where everything is, but at the moment it's all new, it's all fresh, and it's, you know, really cool. Loads and loads of detail. I like the fact you've got all these tucked away now. I don't think they're movable. Nope. But if we open the gate here, this is your buy, sell, load or unload point for your horses. We've got our feed and water troughs just over here. Now again, you don't have to use these are fixed, these aren't sellable, but if you decide you want to have your horses somewhere else or other things elsewhere, you know, that's the beauty of placeables and the beauty of being able to change things around. Now obviously, how well that'll work, it's difficult on a first look to know. Often people will comment and say, I've tried placing stuff around the map and I'm finding it difficult. I can't say for certain where and how easy it's going to be for placing those things, and that's the thing about a lot of the maps. You know, it's a case of doing a bit of landscaping, trying to work out the best places to put them. Not all maps are, what's the best way of putting it, conducive to landscaping and placing, but you know, that's again a case of having a bit of a fiddle around, a bit of a play with it. My advice as always would be save your game first before you do any landscaping, before you try and place anything. That way if it all goes horribly wrong, you can go back to your previous save game. It's just one of those things. So we are now heading across the southern part of the map to the last of our sell points. We are coming into Linton, which is the fourth of our towns. We'll turn left. First of those on our left hand side, it's the livestock market, just in here, with our buy point or loading point just there. Directly opposite we have got the biogas plant, the second of the biogas plants. This one is the more expensive one, I think, 211,000. It's a little bit bigger. Still only one bunker silo to the right hand side there. This has a this is the other one that's got the line buy point as well. So line buy point, digesters for your sell point just there, your digestate tank for your byproduct there, and there's your bunker silo just tucked in there. Back out onto the road and carry on. Oh, hang on, nearly missed it. Linton Mill, another sell point just tucked after there. And then I think the next one along is the spinnery. Just in here. So there's your spinnery. So we are now pretty much in the southwest corner of the map. Again, let's open it up. So we've come from the shop, Turbine Drain and the horses, all the way across the bottom there, round past all these Biogas Plant, Animal Dealer, Farm Supplies, Linton Mill, and we're now at the spinnery. What we're going to do is just out there, we're on the southwest corner of the map. We're going to head north up the map, and we've pretty much done everything. Oh no, pigs, that's the last one. Pigs to do just there, and then we're almost pretty much up to where we started off at our grain point and our start point, because we did the sheep in the middle. Like I say, there are a lot of fields, and they're all fairly small, but I think you kind of get a feel as you drive around the map. Some you might be able to plough together to make the slightly larger fields, others, because of the hedges, although there aren't collisions on them, we got sections of fence and stuff like that, it's not going to be as easy as it is on some maps. And again, it may be a deciding factor for you whether you play the map or don't play the map, and that kind of thing. That's again another reason for having these, kind of map tours. So, head straight up here, we will come across the pig farm momentarily. So, coming up on our right hand side, there'll be a turning just here. Down the hill, well, say hill, a slope. Open the gates, and we are into the pig farm. Slurry point, just to the right there. Buy, sell, load and unload point for your pigs just there. Water trough there, and manure point just there. Water over in the corner. More storage space, and we also have another workshop over here. Very handy to have. And then your feed trough just there. And that's the pig farm. I think because they're kind of custom, the animal things are custom and they kind of fit to the map. They do fit. You don't get that feeling again. Sometimes you get maps where they use the kind of standard Giants ones and they're kind of not plonked, you know what I mean? But you can tell it's like that's the standard Giants one, or that's these kind of are blended directly into the map and they fit, like they work, Not saying the others don't work, but I think you get what I'm saying. That's probably the only gate I've actually closed behind me so far, isn't it? And that is pretty much it. We've kind of been looking at the scenery as we've been going round, and what I've got to do now, what I shouldn't do, is back out onto a main road. Very illegal. And then heading up here, we'll come back to where we started off. And that is Greenwich Valley. It's a really nice map, this. Little B&B on the right hand side there. Very cool. And the next turn on the left is us. There we go. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.